All right, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday the 10th. We are a third of the way through December already, just like that. So we are excited about the holidays, excited about the new year, and we are equally excited about what we have to finish up in the next 2.5 weeks. So let's get rolling. All right, our mission, 100 contractors to 10 million in annual revenue by 2035. Estimated stats, look at that, we kicked over 4,000 hours. Volume is at about 150 million. I think we're missing a couple of
20 million.
I think we're missing something on there.
Yeah.
Let's see, hit rate, we are at 16 out of 143 projects that we bid this year, and we have won 3.3 million so far this year, with another 3 million sitting in our pending pot, waiting for a signature. So successful year, had a great push with a lot of new technology, some new team members, and a lot of activity. What's bidding this week? We've got Rovana Circle. Jared, you want to give us a little narrative on what we're working on there, please?
This is either some interior demolition or this is some exterior demolition. I don't remember which project's which right now.
Just so many of them. All right, who's this job for?
Deacon.
All right, so another Deacon project. So good job, guys. All right, so I wanted to go through a little bit quickly about how we do a simple bid in here. This is one of our smaller projects. This came across the board a couple of weeks ago. So I thought it might be a good idea to just show you guys our process on something that's really small and easy. And if you guys have any questions, be happy to answer them. So this project here is it's in San Jose. The picture on the left is the existing. So first thing we do when we get a project and decide to put a number to it is a quantity takeoff. So Jared provided a quantity takeoff in Plan Swift. And what that does is it allows him to trace out the areas of work. So in this case, the picture on the left is existing. It's going to get removed. So the dark blue is the concrete that's coming out. There's a small strip in front of the garage that's coming out. So that gives him his quantities. Hard to see on this picture, but on the left-hand side of the page, there's a legend that then tells us, color coordinates the takeoff to what it is that it belongs to. On the right side of the page is what's going back. So in this case, they're doing a remodel with an addition on the house. The garage door is getting moved from the side of the garage to the front of the garage. So we are putting in a new concrete driveway and some walkway is the lighter blue, new curb gutter and driveway approach, and then filling in curb and gutter on the where the driveway used to be. So really easy, simple. That's the job. Then he does is he plugs it in to our bidding software, which then takes each one of those items and we designate labor and equipment to each of those items, materials, whether it's new materials coming in or it's in the case of demolition, it'll be loads of debris going out, and all of that gets aggregated together into our bid. And go back one more. Sorry, I wasn't quite done yet. It's all right. You keep me on pace here. So this is basically what our proposal looks like. It's missing our header and whatnot, but when we send out the proposal to the client, it looks just like this. It tells them what the bid items are, what the value for each of those bid items are, with a total, and then below these first couple of item descriptions is our inclusions and exclusions and things like that. Then just to kind of go through, next slide. Once we have all of our bid items completed, the program we use, SharpSoft, it gives us a report, and in this report, it allows us to designate markups based on what the cost is. So materials, labor, equipment, and this one's got trucking in it, other costs. So based on the kind of expense that you have, we can designate separate markups to cover different things. Like material, generally, you don't mark up material more than 15%. On a job where it's very, very material heavy, that markup, if you were to just do a straight markup across the board at, say, 25 or 30%, you could really be outsizing your final estimate number by over putting too much markup on materials, which if that's say it's 50% of your job, that can really throw your number out. Most companies are in 5 to 15% max on materials historically. So just something to keep in mind. So this project, we've got $40,000 in direct cost. We've got $46,000 when we include our subcontractors, which I believe is some trucking, for a total cost of $46,000 at 27% markup. Gets us to a number of $59,000 for the total job cost. Then in the next column, you'll see it's probably hard to read, but there's indirects, which covers our office expense. So that covers Aaron and myself and Heather and some of the rent, some of the insurance. Generally, it's somewhere between 5 and 10% is what we usually run on our projects. So the total job cost plus our indirects plus our markups, we're at about 64,000. So that's how we do it here. Just curious, has anybody else ever done it differently than that? Anybody just use a blanket 25, 30, 40%? Little head nod or thumbs up. No. Okay. So next slide. Not sure where we're at. So that's essentially how we calculate our bids in here. Be happy to go through some more detail if you guys be interested in learning more about how we do it. We would love to share with you. So let us know. Cow Ranch barrier, we are wrapping up. I think by next week it'll be done. Barrier curbs have been poured. We're out there this week backfilling the front of the retaining walls inside the channel to get out of the channel, and then we'll finish up with the actual barrier itself.
Do you want to explain to them what this is?
What's what?
The little caps.
Oh, the little caps. Yeah. So those caps are rebar caps, and the purpose of those caps are that if you have rebar that is in a vertical position and somebody could fall on it and impale themselves, OSHA requires that you have those caps. So those should be on every vertical piece of steel that you have on the job, including metal stakes for forms, T-posts if they're less than, I think it's 6 feet. Basically anything that you can trip and fall on and impale yourself should have a protective cap on it. It's not the only way to do it. I've seen guys use 2x4s and just cover the whole top of a run, but that is one way to handle it. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Let's see, FPS Clean Plant. They are getting rock placed. I think there was some concrete sidewalk out for it last week, right, Aaron?
Yep.
So they're back in there. What you're looking at on the right is we've got Noah Concrete out there doing the grading, and they have a telebelt material handling machine, which allows them to basically spread rock from one location with that conveyor belt, which significantly increases their productivity and reduces the manpower they need to spread this rock. So they're in a really unique position to have. They've actually got a couple of those. They are also rentable. So DJ&I is the company that owns the telebelts. If you guys have any telebelt needs, you can reach out to us and I'll connect you with Noah over at Noah's Concrete.
Was this the place that looked like a chocolate cupcake a week ago?
It was a swamp a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Wasn't
the
so much
one,
a chocolate cupcake.
it was
the
the
other
one
Davis
that
Cup.
had lots and lots of water all over it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looked like a
it was
puddle.
It looks so much better now. Wow.
All right, Aero Concrete Asphalt. They are wrapping up the Walmart Santa Clara project this week. So very happy with the way that's turning out. And who's the general on that one?
Bogart
Bogart
with a T.
with a T.
Yeah.
So first project with Bogart. Excited to see what else we can get moving with them next year.
So what are they doing? On the left, they're replacing the pink concrete with, on the right, tan?
So the purpose of the project is to get their entry in compliance with ADA rules. I don't know what their plan is on their color scheme.
We just put back what was out there before. So there was 2 colors selected. We're calling one tan and one pink. They have Davis color names, but whatever you took out, you had to put back in the same color. And by the way, that pink color is like the most expensive colored concrete you can have. So
What's the range, Aaron, between like just standard gray concrete and then on a per yard to the salmon? Like,
I mean, you could be at like $100 a yard extra for some of this color.
wow.
Is it just because of the color?
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you could be at like 20 to 40 up to 60 to 100 depending on the pigment they select.
Yeah. So if you have colored concrete that you're estimating, your blanket plug number of $100 a yard or $200 a yard or $250 a yard may not cover you. So just always keep that in mind. That the coloring on the concrete is extra.
Yeah, you'd be safe. You'd be safe estimating colored concrete. Just if you wanted to be real conservative at $350 a yard, and you'd probably be covered for whatever color.
Whatever color?
You'd probably be
That's the high
high
end.
in a lot of cases, but
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's why it is a good idea to get quotes on all your projects from your concrete supplier at all times to make sure that you are covered and that you don't have an excessive amount of cost that's now going to translate into you maybe not getting a job.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about, I'm going to go back to last week. I don't know if I talked about it or what I talked about last week, but we mentioned definition of done in the Martell book. So I just wanted to run through a couple small ones. One of them I was thinking of is you have an email in your inbox and there's an attachment. We have a rule here. We always reply to emails. If you're the one to reply, that attachment is saved into the file. So if I reply, everyone else here knows that I saved that PDF, that invoice, that quote, whatever it is, into the appropriate place in the project folder. Like Sean was talking about a second ago with quotes, the definition of done for an estimate is we have quotes on all materials. Obviously, I know that's not realistic sometimes when you're in a rush and you're you're wagging it a little bit, which everyone does, but that, you know, in that case, you plug your conservative number. Ideally though, definition of done, you have quotes for everything. You made me think of another one that it just spaced when, oh, here, I'm looking at it right now. So when can I share my screen?
Of course.
Here, let's share this one. You guys see this? I know it's probably kind of small for all of you on mobile, but this is a schedule of values for an estimate Jared just put together. For Jared, the definition of done, when he passes me an estimate that I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put into our project site software, his DOD is to give me the price with the balanced schedule value. So we have, you have, Sean was talking through the costs on the left in that estimate, and then the overhead costs. When you go to get to the balancing sheet, which is what I was just showing, you filter or you feather that 5 to 10% on top of all the bid items, so that when you show them a schedule of values, they see one number. You're not typically saying, oh, I have 8.7% overhead on this job. Those numbers get added on to your line items in a proportional manner. So at the pass off level, each time someone touches something, they should know what the finish line is. And that's something that you will need to think through in your day-to-day. What is this task? What is considered done for each task? And really, the best way to do it is to go through it and sometimes screw it up and then go back and go, okay, that didn't work. So let's figure out what the pass off is. Where does the torch get passed? DOD.
DOD, baby.
Yeah.
All right, neighborhood hands. We have a program this weekend, December 13th, 7:30, Guadalupe Gardens. Everybody is welcome to join. Sandy, tell us about these slides. Where did these pictures come from?
So these pictures come from the Mercury News that the neighborhood hands, we got the opportunity to be part of it. And Aaron, if you can see in the bottom left, he's slightly made it in there. He's right in there. So
right behind the guy dancing.
Yeah.
I can see one of your sunglasses.
Yeah.
So the Mercury News does a program every year. What do they call it? You remember what they call it, Sandy? So they highlight 20 nonprofits in San Jose every year, and then those 20 nonprofits are scored and have an opportunity to get a grant from the Mercury News. It's a whole fundraising event that they do on a yearly basis. So Neighborhood Hands was highlighted. Got a really, really nice article written up in the Mercury, and they are going to receive a grant of some portion this year. We'll find out, I think, by the end of January. So Bill he's been running this for about 4 years, maybe 5. We've been involved now for about 2. He started out as a guy showing up with some tools and some cash in his pocket, and he paid 20 guys to help him clean up the park at Columbus, and now it's grown into about a 300-person event every other Saturday. So if you want to get involved in a very easy way, other than having to get up early on a Saturday, there's absolutely no barrier to entry.
I remember riding by there one day and looking over and seeing this. It was like a guy and a girl bent over, pulling plants, and like they're weeding, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I just cruised along, and now it's like this carnival out there. It's crazy.
All right, guys. In everything we do, the key to success is collaboration. Collaboration is the new currency. Brandon Dawson. That is the number one quote that I've latched onto in my journey, and I appreciate everybody that has come along, joined us, and been part of our network. Wisdom nugget: the more you document today, the less you repeat tomorrow. Dan Martell. So that's coming straight out of his book. Buy back your time. When he says document, he's talking about creating standard operating procedures so that each task is spelled out and easy to follow steps, kind of like a blueprint for the job. This is what you need, including definition of done.
Why do we have this screen up?
Book club. We are in chapter 10 this week. I believe there's 2 or 3 chapters left to go on Buy Back Your Time. We do book club every week after the bid room meeting at 8:45. If you guys would like to join us, then please get a hold of Sandy at southbaygrading.com and she will get you on the invite. Again, all you guys got to do is show up. We're all about learning together and earning together. So if you'd like to join, let Sandy know. And if you are on the call today, we'll be excited to see you, David. All right, guys. Remember, we gotta keep pushing. The only way you fail in life is to quit. So just don't be a quitter.
Don't quit.
Don't be a quitter.
Oh, no.
Well, it's like a picture of the ocean.
It
Those
is.
clouds.
Gotta look at it
Yeah.
sideways.
Look at it sideways.
So use your imagination.
Yeah, awesome.
Kind of cool that
So-
way.
This was what, last Friday?
In Yosemite, yeah.
Yeah, the sky over here in the Bay Area, for all of you not watching in the Bay Area, it was absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
Pink skies.
thanks, guys.
I think that was in Yosemite Valley.
That
This one?
one's in Yosemite, yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody jumping in here and being a part of what we're doing. We'd love to be a part of what you're doing. So anything we can do to help out, let us know. Does anybody have anything they want to share before we jump off?
Do we have any new people? No.
No. We got our faithfuls and
Just the day
reliables.
ones.
All right. Well, you guys
Awesome.
enjoy this holiday, Christmas season. And we're going to see you all, if not at book club, we're going to see you next week.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you, guys.